Hello, everyone. You're listening to 1723, a safe space made to prepare you and discuss all topics necessary to become a fully fledged adult and navigate the difficult leap from teen to adult. On today's episode, as you can see, I am in a studio. I have decided to make the investment and try and pivot into video content more because I personally adore video podcasts. On today's episode, I will be discussing something very, very, very important and also highly requested. What am I talking about? It's how I plan my month. I personally plan my months every single month. I review my past month, I plan ahead, I visualize what I need to do, and here in today's video or in today's episode, maybe you're listening to this on Spotify, I will be showing you and telling you a bit more about my process, and hopefully you can learn something from this. I have made a very cute little how I plan my month graphic in Procreate. I'm going to be putting that on the screen so that you can see it, as well as I will be showing my Notion template because I utilize Notion, but I'm going to get into that. Firstly, why should we plan our months? Isn't it okay to kind of just run around and go with the flow? Of course, if that's what works for you. But a lot of the times, especially these days, I hear people saying, I don't feel in control of my life. I feel lost. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with my life. Da-da-da-da-da. That's why you should be planning. Because planning gives you a sense of control. It gives you a sense of, this is my life. I'm the creator of my life, and I can literally do whatever I actually decide to do. So, tools I use are 3 very important tools. Number 1, Notion. Notion is this app online. They have like a desktop format as well as an app for Android and iOS. And it's literally the most useful thing ever. Like, you can make templates of your own, you can customize it in any shape, way, or form that you want to fit your need. And from that, Notion is also just extremely aesthetic. Like, you can, if you go on Pinterest, which that's the second thing, so the 3 things I should first say. Number 1, Notion. Number 2, Pinterest. And number 3, Milanote. Milanote is like a little wild card that I don't think that many people know about, but Milanote practically is just this app, just like Notion, that you can sort of make collages in. What devices do I use personally? I use my trusty Apple iPad Air. I'm an Apple girly. I think people who follow me on Instagram may know that, but yeah, I use that and my Apple Pencil Gen 2. I feel like Generation 1 is kind of crap, and Generation 3 is just, you don't need it. Gen 2 is like perfect sweet spot. Number 1 of how I plan my month. I review the previous month. Obviously, if you're trying to see how you want to have your next month, it's important to also review the month before. In this month, I do 3 things again, specifically. I do a financial assessment, I do a goals assessment, and an audit of any big achievements. So in finances, I check my income, outcome, I tally it up, how much have I made, how much is the net profit from that month. Goals assessments, that's if from the previous month I had some goals, I assess if I reach those goals and if I can check those off of, my goals list. And then audit of big achievements. Obviously, each month, you're not going to know what you're going to be doing specifically. There are going to be moments in time where you do something really cool, and it can literally just be like, I bought a really, really good book. But there are key cornerstone moments that you want to write down as an achievement that you did that month. So writing down all of your big achievements, seeing how your finances are progressing, and assessing your goals can help you plan the next step in your new month. So, what's the next step? Number 2, Pinterest and Milanote. So as I said before, Milanote is just this app that you can make mood boards in. You put pictures together and make it look really cute, And Pinterest is a social media app, contrary to popular belief, but it's more of a app that's very, very good at algorithms and showing you exactly what you find aesthetic. Well, obviously there are some people who have Pinterest boards that are just like memes, but 90% of Pinterest users use it for this aestheticism. And if you don't really know what your ideal life would look like, it's very, very useful to go on Pinterest and see and also curate it yourself. So type in some keywords that you find, important. So if you want to be financially free, you can type in financially free and then write the word aesthetic after it. And then maybe if you're a girl, you can write financially free girl aesthetic, and then you grab the pictures and the algorithm will kind of figure itself out. And you can do that with any other thing. But the first thing I do at the start of the next month, after I've done my previous month review, is I go on Pinterest and I open up, the normal home hub, and I scroll through, I save all the pictures that I find appealing, that are something that I would like to experience in the next month. And I save all of those pictures and I put them into Milanote. I make a little collage, I add some notes, because Milanote is very useful. It's not just a mood boarding app. You can also add quotes and little lines and make it really pretty and little connections. So yeah, I start off with that. And I also make sure to put some inspiring quotes. I know it may seem a bit cheesy to be adding quotes into your mood boards, but I found that it's actually very useful because you are going to be looking at this mood board very often, especially if you like to put your mood boards in your background of your iPhone or tablet or something. Then it's very useful to have some inspiring quotes, because the more you repeat something to yourself, the more you're going to be able to actually realize it and keep remembering that this is your actual, goal and aspiration. Number three is create a Notion slide. What is Notion? I said at the start, it's an app where you organize things. It's kind of like Google Docs on steroids, except for much more aesthetic, and there's a huge community of Notion template creators. A lot of people also sell Notion templates. They make different aesthetics for the Notion templates. So let's say you're like a hard rock metal fan, then you can find online and buy for $2. With Notion, I utilize my own personal little hub, but since I have my personal dashboard has this little quick access that has finances, to-do list, goals, school, active, content creation, university plans, motivation, whatever. But the one that I keep it in is in my goals list. And in that list, I have monthly goals and their reflections. So in this hub, I keep all of my months. And so when I'm after I've done the reflection of the before month, I open up a new tab, which if you'd like to see a video on how to use Notion specifically and or would be interested in Notion templates from me, because I was thinking of going in that venture, because I know a lot of people like sharing their Notion templates. So if you're curious about that, do tell me. But I open up a new tab, and in that tab, I just simply, let me just open this up. I write the new month. So for this month, it was June. And after that, I set two main things. I set a month theme and I set a month journal prompt. What does that mean? A month theme is just something that you kind of remind yourself weekly, bi-daily, whenever you look at this Notion template or when you look at this Notion slide of, okay, this month's theme should be creator. This month's theme should be healing. This month's theme should be gym. There should be always an overarching theme so that you keep yourself focused on one specific big goal instead of trying to put yourself into 50 different bajillion shoes. Obviously, if you title yourself like this month is finally financially free, then it can be you diving into different ventures when it comes to monetary gain opportunities and such. But usually it's best to have a theme of one specific thing that you're focusing on. And each month you can build different habits and build different goals and different things for your resume, your portfolio. So having this overarching theme just helps you keep in one state. For example, for me, month of May, I was very focused on my SATs because I was writing them right at the 1st of June. So I knew that every single time I got bored or I didn't know what to think about, I would just think about, oh, wait, my month theme is SATs, which means that I really need to be focusing on my SATs right now, and I would just go sit and study. But let's say if your month theme was gym or fitness, then whenever you got bored, you would know that you could go to the gym, go running, or learn more about fitness and these sorts of things. Just having this overarching theme would assure that you don't have these moments where you just are kind of bored and sad about life. Because usually people get sad and bored when they don't really know where they're headed and they don't really have any plans or any overarching things, and this kind of eliminates that. So you've set your month theme, and now for the journal prompt. Actually, I'm not quite... Are you following along? I wonder, are you following along to this video and making your own little goals right now? Good job, you. I wonder if anybody is, though. If you are following along, comment a cloud emoji in the comment section. Only if you heard this right this moment, okay? If you're following along, comment a cloud emoji. Anyways, after your month theme, you should set your journal prompt. What is a journal prompt? It's practically a body of text in an I statement, sort of saying what you're going to be doing in that month. So, for example, I can pull up mine. Just take a sip of my coffee. Okay. This is hilarious. If I look at January, my month theme was academic weapon, and my journal prompt was I want to continue growing my audience and community on Instagram and become an academic weapon, getting really good scores on my SAT practice exams. So, as you can see from that, the journal prompt sort of specifies what the month theme means. So somebody could misconstrue what academic weapon means. The journal prompt sort of dissipates that and turns it into something more understandable. Or for example, my February was creating movement, and the journal prompt was I would like to continue growing my Instagram. I would like to put a little more attention to YouTube, making at least 2 videos, 1 vlog from Dubai, and 1 other topic one. I want to write gratitude and feel grateful for my health and ability to move. I want to continue doing morning yoga, fuel my body with healthy food, and challenge myself to do something out of my comfort zone. So you can see from that creating movement, it's a lot about me taking care of my body. I was going to the gym, that's when I started doing morning yoga. And funnily enough, I started doing morning yoga. I feel like I said that really weird. I started doing morning yoga when I tore my ACL. Not obviously right the next day after, but when I was going into recovery, after I tore my ACL, I had a 2-week period where I really couldn't move, and I had a whole new sense of gratefulness and gratitude for being able to move around my body, because I'm a very, very active person. So for me to have to sit for 2 weeks was literally hell. Anyways, those are just examples for what a journal prompt could be. For you, it could mean literally anything else. It could be even something to do with self-care. For example, if you just had a breakup, something really gnarly, your month theme could be healing and taking care of yourself, going out on dates with yourself, and going out to the movies alone or with friends, going to buy yourself your favorite book or author, and getting yourself nice things and really taking care of yourself. And that can be a month theme as well. And it all depends on what you want to do in that month. So, after you've gotten your month theme and journal prompt, there's the last thing that you got to do, which is plan your goals and events. So 2 things. Planning your goals and your events. How do you find out what goals to set? Maybe you're completely lost and you're like, I don't really know. That's where the Pinterest board and the Milanote come in. So link your Milanote to your Notion with like a little link, a little URL. And whenever you don't really know, just look at your Pinterest board or your Milanote little mood board, and you can see that, okay, here I have a picture of me going out and having coffee or matcha in a coffee shop and studying. What does that mean for you? If you're starting off and that's all that you know, that one picture that you like that, you need to go to that coffee shop. You need to have a goal set that like, hey, okay, this month, at least twice, I will go alone or with friends. I will be active and, plan out going to a coffee shop to take this exact photo. The reason why visualization and Pinterest and Milanote work so well is because if you really are confused and you don't know what to do, you literally just set the goal to take the same exact picture as the pictures that are in your Milanote. So let's say that you have pictures of dogs or like one dog, a Cocker Spaniel or something. Then you need to buy a dog. Actually, be careful though, because you really need to think for yourself before you do any big moves, if that's really what you want or if you just can appreciate the picture. But that's where when you're going to be choosing through the Pinterest, you have to go in with the notion, in the thinking that, okay, is this something that I actually want in my next month? And for example, in my Pinterest boards, I had some like vlogs saved. I had like a DSLR camera, which is the camera that is right over there. I had white flowers because my favorite flowers are white roses. And funnily enough, this is, I feel like, where manifestation kind of comes into play. I know a lot of people don't believe in it, but everybody can do whatever they want. I'm not gonna tell anybody to do whatever. But anyways, I received like a shit ton of white flowers that month, especially when I had it on my, mood board. So just saying. Then I had like a picture of me with my friends, or like, for example, if you consistently put pictures of you and like some other girls, or just like a picture of girls having a girls' night, stop waiting for somebody to invite you to a girls' night and plan your own girls' night. Like do the thing. Nobody's gonna do it for you. And this is where you will also feel like you have a sense of autonomy and like a grasp over your own life, because this is something that you can actually influence. If you plan and you put the picture into your Milanote or Pinterest, and then a week later you're like, hey guys, okay, we're gonna come here and we're gonna have a pasta night, and you actually do it, you're gonna feel so good that you yourself are capable of doing something like that. So just saying. So yeah, so when you're trying to figure out your goals, just look at what you have saved. For example, if I have saved here a picture of a girl reading a book in an airplane, okay, then you need to go on a plane and you need to be into reading and you need to start reading and get yourself into that. And you might say, okay, I don't have the money for a plane. Boom, then that's your goal. Your other goal is to get to that space where you can afford a plane. You need to start focusing on your finances and educating yourself in financial literacy and a plethora of different things on how these people are able to afford this. Because just how I think Marge Simpson said this in like an episode of The Simpsons. I've been watching The Simpsons with my best friend Kaya recently, but she said, if you're not gonna know how to bake a pie if you never look up the recipe. Like, you get what I mean? Like, the pie's not just gonna show up in front of you. Like, you might have the ingredients, which everybody does in their own way. Obviously, somebody might have them like a pre-rolled cake or pre-made cake batter and like just putting frosting on top. But everybody has the basis ingredients. We're all people, right? So you just need to figure out how to do it. Obviously, I could get into a lot of controversial things on that, but I like to think positively. I like to think that I'm in control of my own life. So utilize knowledge as a anchor. So if you have on your Pinterest board a lot of things that require a lot of money, you need to start making money. If you do want an episode on finances, I have made a podcast episode called Finance Advice something. It's on Spotify for any of you who want to listen to that, and I will be putting it as a extra in my Hero because I am currently moving from Patreon to Hero, where I'm going to be putting extra clips, extra content, extra everything. So if you don't have Spotify, I recommend you get Hero, but I'll be putting everything on my Instagram. So if you want to connect with me, by the way, Instagram is the way to go, or you can email me. I have my email in my bio, okay? But don't spam it, please. If you do spam it, then I don't know. I'll probably get a new email. It's not that hard. Anyways, yeah, so actually look at your mood board. Look at what appeals to you and find out what are the overarching themes. If you have a lot of pictures with like people in love, you need to start going on dates. You need to start going out. You need to start going, I don't know, to jazz nights, for example. Shishka, anyone? and or just going on dates online with people, or going to coffee shops and asking people, hey, can I have your number? Would you want to go out on a date with me? Start doing the thing, because nobody's going to do it for you, okay? And I was having a very interesting discussion recently with one of my friends about the autonomy that we have, like if we have any rule over our lives, and I think we do, because at least we can always make a contribution. And what I found is that technically, if I really want to do something, and if I set a goal, I plan my month, and then I just act on the thing that I want to do, I always get it. I always win. And if I don't win, then I realize that it wasn't meant to happen, in a sense. Like, I know that that's kind of wishy-washy to explain, but bear with me. Just try doing it, because there's no harm in just trying to be better and actually doing the thing, instead of just saying, yeah, I'm gonna do blah, 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 or I wish I had this car, and I wish I went out for dinner every single night with my girls and had girls' nights, yeah? Instead of saying I wish, just do it. Like, listen to the Nike slogan and just do it. That's about it for me from how I plan my month. I hope this episode was in some way useful to you. If you have any questions, literally any questions, or any possible, ideas for future episodes or future videos that you'd like to see on my YouTube channel, click and tell me down below in the comments. And also, please like and subscribe. Official YouTuber saying like and subscribe, please. I really want to make YouTube a career, because I love video production and everything to do with like mics and making the video funny, like post editing and shit. If anybody finds it funny, I'm still learning, okay? But yes, please like and subscribe, and I love you, and thank you so much for supporting me and even giving me this view of attention. Okay, thank you so much, and goodbye.